Hello.
Hello there. How are you today?
I'm fine. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. Hey, Candace.
There we are.
Okay, just waiting to see Janelle there.
Yeah.
There's Bill. Janelle, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. So you're seeing this over for Janine?
Yes.
Okay. Great. Welcome.
Thanks. Just for today, I'm just helping her out.
Yep, understand. I know a lot of people took today off. Bill, how are you doing? Where'd you disappear? Where are you? Bill's there. Don't see him. I don't see the Bill's muted, but hey, Barrett. Well, I finally get to see you in person.
How are you?
Well, I see it sort of in person.
Yeah, as close as it's going to be, right?
Yeah. Hey, Henry, how are you doing? We know Bill Sharkey's on, but his video and his audio have disappeared from view, and I keep saying, Bill, are you there? And he's not responding. Janelle, do you have Bill Sharkey's phone number?
I will find it. I'm reaching out right now.
Okay, actually, I got it, but I don't know which it is. That's the same. Let me try. Okay, maybe he's coming in. Bill, are you there? Well, he's connecting. Candace, we saw Hyatt was there. Are you having trouble with the geothermal?
No, we're having some new equipment installed.
More updated, modern equipment?
Yes.
Hey, Bill, how are you doing?
Hey, good morning.
Good morning. So we just need Denise and Rick. Here's Denise. Hi, Denise.
Muted, Denise.
Hey, Rick, it's Brooke. Okay, so if you pull up the agenda, do you have the agenda handy? I could try to resend it, or I could have it. Okay. Yeah, down halfway through the agenda is the web link, the Zoom link. Like, okay, thanks. See you in a moment. Bye-bye. Barrett, did you see my email this morning?
I did see your email, and I think you raise a valid point. We'll see what Glenn says about it.
Yeah.
I think one of the issues possibly could be that the purpose of the ordinance is to avoid claims in federal court. And if you put a 30-day window on there, then if someone misses that, then their only recourse is going to be to go to federal court. And so that could be one concern.
We could make it, I don't care about the time, we could make it 60, it just has to be something.
Yeah.
Rick, you there?
I am here. I am unmuted. There we
Great.
go.
Welcome.
Sorry, I'm dazed and confused.
Well, I don't know why.
Everybody go to bed?
Yeah. All right, so we have our quorum, and it's, have everybody here, and it's 10:02, so I think we can call the meeting to order. Good morning, everybody.
Morning.
And here we are at the November 4th, 2020 Board of Adjustment meeting. This should be it's very brief. We don't have any applications. We don't have any on the horizon, I think, but regardless, we don't have any today. So we're really just dealing with an issue that may be broader in terms of having to meet sooner just to approve minutes for 5 minutes, because this goes back to a year ago. But we did issue the final decisions in December of 2019 for the St. Peter's appeal application and the BV Hospital sign application. We issued the final decisions, but we never had a subsequent meeting, so we never approved the minutes from the November 19th Board of Adjustment meeting, which took the initial evidence, and we did not have one after December 9th, I'm sorry, where we finalized it after having given proper notice. So, and are there any corrections or additions to the minutes from November 19th or December 9th, 2019?
No.
All right, hearing none, do I have a motion to approve each of those sets of minutes?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Candace seconds. All in favor?
Aye.
All right, the minutes are approved, and I think in the future, if we have something like that and it goes more than a month or two, we'll need to set a meeting just to approve them, although the written decision memorializes it and basically encompasses everything in the minutes. So turning then to item C, and the purpose for this meeting is that the mayor and city council in July passed an ordinance called beneficial use ordinance, and it has to deal with determinations of the property, and Barrett did a great job in summarizing what our role will be and what our decision-making process will be. And I should have started by welcome Barrett, because this is our first meeting with our new council. Everybody now has a chance to see him, and you've just seen his written word, but not not virtually. So
It's a pleasure to be here with you. Thank you.
well, it's a pleasure to have you. Thank you. So the ordinance was adopted, and Barrett can, chime in and amend whatever I'm saying if I lead astray. So that if the determination is made by city council, or they pass a regulation, or a determination is made on a specific property, that the landowner makes their beneficial use virtually zero or minimal, and minimal may not be quite the right word, but that it's substantially impairs it, then they have a right to appeal. And it may seem odd, but they're appealing the city council decision to the Board of Adjustment. And there are other cities and towns within the state of Delaware who follow this process. It's giving one more layer of appeal. And then it can go to the courts. It would, which is another interesting issue, because appeals from the Board of Adjustment go to the Delaware courts, but it's a takings claim basically under the Fifth Amendment to the United States Constitution, which goes to federal court. So that can be worked out with a high price of lawyers. But because this ordinance has been passed and places into the hands of the BOA the beneficial use determinations, so that appeals come to us and we have to look at the various factors that are in the ordinance that Barrett has so set out so well in his letter to all of us as to what our decision-making process is in terms of a procedural path. We have to pass regulations implementing it for the hearings. And because the statute sets forth the standards that we have to apply. So really the issue was just, what do we do in terms of our hearings? And Barrett, and with comments from others, has rewritten our hearing rules. But as I say that, it's minimal changes that just keep our hearing procedures as we know them, and just adds a couple of items to it to encompass beneficial use appeals. And the same thing for the application, that he restructured it so that it has a separate section for beneficial use appeals. And it's clear from the face of it if one is making a beneficial use appeal claim application, or whether they're just doing your regular variance or an appeal from, historic preservation or HCARC, I guess it is. The only other cleanup issue we added was that we never had in our regs what our rule was with respect to a tie vote. So that if one person's not there for whatever reason, be it recusal or not available, what happens if the board ties? And so on paragraph 4 under quorum, we've added that a tie vote, which is standard practice, a tie vote leaves intact the decision from which the appeal is taken. So if we have a tie vote, the building official's decision stands or HPark's decision stands, but we needed to clarify that so there was no ambiguity. But other than that, the process is really the same for our hearings. The property owner and the city are considered the only parties to a presentation and appeal to the board, but others may participate and make a statement. So the public's not precluded. It's just they don't have a party status, so they can't appeal. Barrett, do you have anything to add to that summary?
No. I think that's pretty good. I mean, it's one of these things where you go through the rules and the underlying regulation, and at the end of the day, it didn't end up being that many changes, which is a good thing. But I think that, in the event that we get one of these on the horizon, we'll be in a good position to act on it.
And the only thing that I was raising with Barrett this morning, and I sent an email to Glenn and to Anne-Marie Townsend, is that I noticed in the ordinance that they passed in July, they put no provision for a time frame within which the property owner has to appeal a regulation or determination by city council. It's left open-ended. And that's not a good thing. I mean, you need to, they could sit on it then and wait for years after the property is appreciated and then come in. So they need to have a time frame, whether it's 30 days like the time for our appeal to the courts, or 60 days or 120, whatever. But there needs to be a time frame, and that's in the hands of city council to amend the ordinance. And I will say for the record that I actually opposed this and made the comment in terms of this being put into the hands of the BOA. But other heads prevailed, and the point was made that this is done elsewhere in the state of Delaware. It's not an oddity, and that it helps the city overall to have another layer of appeal. So, you know, that's it. Once it's done, that's just in our hands to do the best job we can with the criteria that's laid out in the statute, and under the careful guidance of our learned counsel, we will have a new challenge. So with that, are there any questions or additions or comments, or are people satisfied with the draft, or what?
Yeah.
And obviously, if we ever do get an actual appeal, then I think the issues will be crystallized, and then Barrett can help us in terms of the standards and how we apply them.
If the city goes ahead and changes and inserts a time frame, a
Yes.
limiting time frame, then will we need to come back and revise our
No.
provisions?
No, it'll only, I mean, the only thing could be the face of the application, but I don't think so. I mean, that doesn't, it's just they have to file their application within that time frame. Barrett, do you agree with that? I mean, that's just more
Yeah.
governing when they have to put it in.
Yeah, I mean, what I like to look at sometimes in the opposite way is if they put in a 30-day provision in the regulations and we wanted to do something different, could we? No, we couldn't, right? And so I don't think it matters what we would put in our rules and regulations. We couldn't deviate from that even if we wanted to. So I think that's probably fine.
Yeah, so if that basically is, should we be waiting? No, I mean, because it doesn't affect what we have or do. So do I hear a motion to approve the amended hearing rules and the application, the amended application?
So moved.
Second.
All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right. It's unanimous. So the hearing rules and the application are now passed. And so Janelle, those need to be typed up so that we all, each of us can sign them.
We'll get them to you.
Okay. And either we could just stop by City Hall and sign it so there's all our signatures are on one copy. Is that agreeable to everybody?
Is City Hall accessible these days?
Yes, you just have to knock on that window or give a call in, and they'll come and open the door for you.
Okay.
I felt perfectly safe in there because they could just put it out on the table where you would just go in alone and it's not a problem. So are there any other questions or additions? Otherwise, we can adjourn.
I make a motion, we adjourn.
I second it.
I think everybody's in favor. All right, so we can adjourn, and I hope everybody has a good Thanksgiving and gets some sleep, and
Yeah. Nap time today.
and a good Christmas and holiday and
Thank
New Year.
You too.
All right, take care. Be safe.
All right.
Good seeing all of you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.